Apologies about that, just the music wasn't exactly playing as I was alt out. Anyways, welcome to Sonic Omens. Definitely wasn't expecting to play this one either, you can just call me Stent. Yes, I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about this game. Previously known in the past as Sonic 2020, going over various episodes like Shadow of Water I think was one of them. It's a game that has had quite a fair bit of a divisive reception, I guess you could say. There's some people that really like it, some people that don't. I feel as though I haven't really come to much of a conclusion myself, so I figured I may as well play it for myself and go on to my own conclusion. But there are a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, mostly with regards to, I suppose, the developers behind this game. Of course, there's the recurring thing where Ouroboros Studios, a name which seems to follow me everywhere I go, from things like, you know, Xenoblade and Resident Evil. It just feels like the term Ouroboros keeps cropping up in my life. It's sort of like my own personal bad wolf, if you're aware of that term. But yes, this game was made by Sonic fans, mostly from that one country I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to mention on this site, otherwise I'd get glassed from orbit. So I'll just call it, you know, that country. I'm sure you know the one. And as such, I feel it only makes sense that we play the game in the language that it was intended to be played in. So we'll go with that. Oh. Yeah, I'm playing this in windowed full screen because otherwise it really doesn't like it when I alt-tab. That being said, yeah, I feel this is sort of a mistake, but we'll go for it regardless and just see what happens. This is probably gonna be a mistake. Yeah, there's 7 chapters in all, and basically I'll just play until either me or the game decides to stop. How about that? Look, there's the ribbon badge, there's Chip's bracelet. Smartphones apparently exist. Don't forget to optimize it. Now look at that fan art. I'm guessing that's a callback to Advance 3, and oh, who's that guy with the red hair? Yeah. I think you can tell by the music cues it's going to be referencing a fair bit of a certain offshoot of Sonic material, which, yeah, it'll give me a chance to talk about that as well, because I'm sure that'll be pretty interesting.
Sonic! There you are, Sonic!
Okay, so it isn't... I was expecting voice tracks which weren't English. That'll be something I have to change once we get into this, but yeah. They actually got their own custom voice cast for this.
Well, finally. I thought that he would last at least a month without his villainous plans. Come on, let's go, Tails. I think it's time we made a visit to our mustache friend.
My sensors picked up strange activity at an abandoned Eggman outpost not far from here. I thought it was another gun investigation, so I didn't pay much attention. But then I suddenly lost communication with all of the sensors on the island. I'm sure Eggman has something to do with it.
I'd say Tails' voice actor so far doesn't sound too bad, but...
Come on, Sonic!
Alright. Go on
yeah, it's clear that we got quite the Jason Griffin impersonator here. And what have we got here? It's like Mobify. Oh, that's you know, I always find that funny when you know, games decide to do that. You know, just make sort of their own off-brand version of existing brands. Like in anime, it's always McDonald's. Okay, so rings, checkpoints. I'm guessing fairly average Sonic stuff. And a respawn feature just in case. I guess at the very least they, they're admitting that it's not perfect. Anyways, I'm gonna... That's controls. Options. Let me just swap this back to English. There we go. And let's get moving. I'm not going for S ranks or anything. As I said, I'm basically going into this mostly blind. Okay, so they got the... okay, certain capsules contain items in front... Okay, so we have dedicated boost energy as opposed to rings like an Unleashed. So the boost seems to be on the R button, which after Frontiers surprisingly makes a little bit of sense. Control doesn't seem too bad so far. Light dash on the Y button, which I appreciate. So yeah, I played a little bit of this, at least the multiplayer of it, just to sort of get a handling of the controls a little bit, so you wouldn't be stuck here with me trying to wrestle with them, but they seemed fine for the most part, at least so far. You know, boost on R button, it's not quite what you'd expect, but again, after Frontiers, it's it works. Ah, 10 rings. Okay, ooh, what's up here? Okay, so bounce on left trigger, that's kind of odd. Alright, there's the switch. So yeah, it looks as though both double jump and homing attack are marked are on the A button, which I'm not too much of a fan of, even after stuff like colors. It's okay. Try breaking it. Okay. Ooh. Okay, wall running. Remember when they made such a big deal out of this in Sonic 4? I'd rather not remember Sonic 4. Yeah, so far this doesn't seem too bad in all honesty. Controls fairly well. Okay, just A rank. Nothing too spectacular. Then again, I'm the sort of guy who looks at that and says it's either an S rank is a success or an A rank it's a fail. Which, needless to say, isn't healthy, nor is that pop-in. Oh, there's Angel Island in the background. Tails, I'm pretty sure we still have a plane. You don't need to carry me all the way to, I say, we don't need to carry... Oh look, it's the Forces avatars. What are they doing here? I know a little bit about the story of this game, mostly with regards to when it takes place, which is, I'll just say it's between Unleashed, as you can probably tell by Sonic still having Chip's bracelet, and basically it's between Unleashed and Colors, so Forces avatars being here is odd. I mean, I kind of get it, and the fact that, oh, hey, we got more Mobians running about the place, but it is a little bit of an oddity to see. Oh, hey, it's Knuckles. Now we actually get to understand what's going on in the story. A storm is approaching. Oh yeah, fly right into it, sure. I would say I like the redesigns of the gun beetles, but I'm pretty sure they're all from Generations. I mean, at least that seems the way for the beetles. I don't think the hawk was in Generations. The breakthrough. Still don't get why they couldn't just bring the tornado. That's probably something I didn't pick up from the actual game. Oh, and now Chip just gives us tethering powers.
What is that strange energy beam coming from your arm?
It's almost like an Ener beam.
It's from Chip's wristband. We got pretty lucky with the tree breaking her fall.
You can come down now, Sonic.
Well, at least it has some humor to it.
Trust me, I would rather have my feet planted. That was pretty rough. Huh? Some of the badniks are still left in that wellspring. How did we miss them earlier? Tails, check and see how the Chow are doing in the gardens. They might be in trouble.
Got it, Sonic. See you near the tower.
All right, buddy.
I don't really want to say anything too soon, but I kind of prefer this characterization of Sonic over Frontiers, to be honest. Okay, so Y button. Okay, so just homing attack, it's like A button both does homing attack, double jump, and the grapple, which... why? It feels like it's the same sort of problem with some of the earlier Sonic games, or just Yuji Naka-esque game design in general, if Balan is anything to go by, where there's multiple actions mapped to one singular button, which often means you mean to do one thing and end up doing another thing. It's kind of understandable, given, actually I'm not going to make any, I'm not going to make any excuses for it. It was, fairly questionable game design even back then, especially given the Dreamcast had like 4 face buttons to work with. And 2 triggers, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so just we have the Lightspeed attack. Probably could have implemented that better. As in, I could have probably managed that better, so just... Oh, and they have gold beetles as well, that's... It's like it's going for all the nostalgia pops, even more so than Frontiers. Speaking of which, Sonic's characterization, I know it's sort of been a sore spot with Ian's writing, at least as of late, with regards to Frontiers and the IDW run, which I'll just say I'm fairly neutral. I know it does a bunch of good things, it does a bunch of bad things, it's just, it's a thing that exists. I think that's mostly just me not being a comics guy, because I feel fairly the same way with regards to Archie. At this point, I used to just disregard as being that, you know, that Sonic comic which devolved into soap opera nonsense, which I know it did for a fair bit, but I know that it got better at the very least, at certain points, more so than others. Admittedly, I feel as though my knowledge on the comics is fairly lacking, so I feel as though I can't exactly make the best call with regards to, you know, is the Archie continuity or the IDW continuity for me, which I will admit they both do some quite bonkers stuff, the two of them, like Sonic being responsible for a zombie apocalypse in IDW, or Sonic getting lost in space and having an entire civilization revel him as a god due to time dilation nonsense. It's bonkers. It's all bonkers, and I kind of respect it. I've had a little bit of a grievance towards Penders and the like for, you know, under the the thought basis that he was responsible for why we're not allowed to have good Sonic stories anymore, which, given what he supposedly tried to do with especially the Knuckles comic and just giving the fans of those comics what they wanted to see, and the whole story behind the the whole story behind stuff like Sonic Live and this time with the Knuckles comics and the lawsuits especially, it's kind of hard to stay mad at the guy, I'll just say that.
Wrecking is more of a Knuckles thing.
Except now he's guarding the Master Emerald.
For once.
It's a miracle that he hasn't given it away by now.
I'll admit, so far I'm liking the characterization. It's nice actually having like banter.
Give me a few minutes. I might be able to find something useful here.
It's like their partners who've been doing this for a long time.
Finding something useful under my eyelids.
Okay, boss time. I do like that it's a wrecked Egg Dragoon. It's
Tails? You obviously
it's like a callback to this boss, which isn't absolutely terrible. Okay, keep an eye on the ring counter. Okay, so it's L3 to lock the camera.
Without the access to the security system, I cannot download.
I feel that's gonna help. I say as I immediately just get barraged by all his attacks. Okay. Well, there go all my rings. Okay, there's some rings, so we're not entirely helpless. There we go. Just have to run around him, avoid his shots. It's one of those things that kind of reminds me of the Unleashed opening, where he's in a similar spot, running across the walls and such. I could see that definitely being quite the egregious move to dodge if it weren't for this camera lock. I'm not certain whether or not this is just a later edition or not, but it's definitely helping. Well, okay, your move. I am quite liking the feedback to that, to be honest. It's feels destructive. Obviously, I'm not going to be that. I don't want to be that guy who's just sees this game as like, "Ooh, Sega hired this man," because I know this has a bunch of problems all on its own and fair few controversies. I just plan to enjoy it for what it is, to be honest. You know, if I can, because I hear that it's tends to get a fair bit egregious as it goes on.
Wow, you're looking a bit rusted around the edges there. Eggman standards have really dropped these days, and that's saying something.
Honestly, I think I would have preferred if this game just sort of did its own Sonic voice rather than doing a Jason impression. Because it is admittedly a little bit off-putting at times, especially in that one infamous scene at the end of the game, which this game is basically infamous for. Oh, I could have hit him multiple times there, that's interesting to know. Oh. Okay, so I can't touch the boss at all, as it turns out. Whoop. You know, I kind of miss when Sonic taunted his enemies like this. I feel that, especially in more recent times, that Sonic should probably have taken a few leaves out of Dante's book when it came to taunting his enemies, because that sort of stuff is just fun.
Tails, you obviously obviously pressed something wrong.
Okay, so just gonna have to do this the hard way and just not gather up all the rings right away and just take what we need and not just inch that close to the boss. That's good to know. I will admit this boss was better than I was expecting, to be honest. From what I heard of it, it was fairly cheap, though I suppose I mean, there is stuff like that, which doesn't help.
Hey, you're scrappy. I'm over here.
Whoop. I feel I should be making more use of the boost, to be honest. I feel that's sort of what this was designed around. It is a little weird that the UI seems to be based more on the Force's UI. It feels as though... Honestly, this game has a lot of,
Wow. You're looking a bit rusted around the edges there.
Well, I shouldn't really say that. That's not really fair on this game, because... To be honest, I am one of those fellas who, let's just say isn't the biggest fan of Forces. It's a game that I feel if, you know, if any other Sonic game were to have a custom character creator system in it, that there would basically be no reason to play Forces at all. Because the story is not good. The classic Sonic plays better in literally any other game, as does modern Boost Sonic. It's like really the only reason to play Forces is for the character creator, and even that I feel is really quite limited. Ugh. I think I can see why people don't like this boss.
Without the access to the security system, I cannot download the data. Distracted.
There you go, see, I'm learning. I will say a lot of his attack patterns seem pretty, extreme for the first boss. Like, comparing this to something like the Egg Hornet is, laughable. Considering how, he basically had two easy-to-dodge attacks, and here I guess it's... Well, they're not as easy to dodge, especially that sideswipe move. That, I feel, is what most people don't seem to like about this. Okay, I gotta stop crossing him up like that. Whoop. There we go.
Wow. You're looking a bit rusted around the edges there. Eggman standards have really dropped these days, and that's saying something.
I could only hope the other bosses are a step up from this, because I imagine if the bosses only get more frustrating as time goes on, I'm gonna be in for quite the ordeal. Whoop. There we go. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Okay, should probably go...
Tails? You obviously pressed something wrong.
Without the access to the security system, I cannot download the data. Distracted.
Yeah, I feel the charm is starting to wear off a little. I'll just say that much. I feel maybe if his health bar was like halved, it wouldn't feel as egregious.
Hey, you're scrappy! I'm over here!
But here it's just more, it just feels more frustrating than anything. You see here, it's sort of like the Egg Hornet where I'm basically waiting for him to open himself up, but at the very least with the Egg Hornets his attacks were a lot easier to manage, and if you wanted you could easily just melt him down in his first phase. You're just sort of playing red light, green light with the boss. Okay, so I think the meta strategy here is to just keep my distance. Basically play this like I'm playing Smash Sonic. Nope, I'm not falling for that. I need more rings. What is the range on that slam? It's donkulous. Look at that. Okay, boosh. Can I please get some rings? I'm dying here, I'm dying. Okay, he's dying now, good. Oh. I hope that's not an omen of things to come, I'll just say that much.
Dr. Eggman abandoned this place a long time ago.
I mean, could you not tell from the dilapidated nature of it?
That badnik didn't attack us without a reason. Think you can track Eggman's location with this hunk of junk?
That could have easily just beamed him in the face.
Ah, there he is. Sonic, he's heading towards the Grand Canyon.
As in that Grand Canyon in the real world? Or is it like Rail Canyon, something of that nature? Oh, now there's the tornado, looking suspiciously different from the revamped Tornado 1 from Unleashed.
I don't know. All I've got is static.
It must be because of that power outburst from the Master Emerald.
Or probably Knuckles doesn't know how to work a phone.
We better not leave the island. And we better hurry.
Yeah, this design of Tornado does still look pretty familiar. I think it's one of the Tornado variants which were used in Sonic X Season 3, which, yeah, as you could probably tell, this, oh, Hyper Tornado, that was probably the name of it. There's a lot of interesting connotations to the fact that this takes place between generations and colors, and yet at the same time, Sonic X is now apparently canon. Look at that real-looking snake. It's probably Lyric, now that I'm thinking about it. Zone 99 as opposed to Area 99.
It's okay. I can go on foot. It's easier anyway. Keep a lookout for a workaround, though. Eggman definitely got past the radars.
So So yeah, next level, Area 99, there we go. This... an agreement? What is this all about? You know that's not gonna work, right? How many of, you know, heavily armed experimental gun weaponry have you brought against this hedgehog only for him to trash it instantly? You're better off just using reason, if anything. I keep forgetting I could just ball through everything with an Unleash style boost. Oh, I actually get to spin. That's a nice little touch. Wow. Oh, we get multiple paths it seems, and ooh, this looks like a pretty interesting little set piece. That's pretty cool, I must say. No idea how this works logistically in Area 51 style area, like what Gun has going on here, but it is still fun nonetheless. Anyways, yeah, Sonic X mixed with Sonic Unleashed. It's definitely interesting to think about, even though logistically it doesn't make the lickest bit of sense, considering at the end of Sonic X Season 2, the human world and the Sonic world end up splitting apart afterwards. So if this takes place after Sonic X, and somehow the worlds manage to meld back together and somehow there isn't any time dilation nonsense going on, that was a pretty weak excuse for separating the two worlds back in Sonic X originally, but it's something that I feel should be addressed, considering the massive connotations of a potential temporal collapse. Even though that doesn't really make sense in the grand scheme of things. Oh. Like if the two worlds run off of different times, wouldn't it just dilate to a medium between the two as opposed to time just straight up dying altogether? It's something that I never got, to be honest. Also just noticed there doesn't seem to be any point bonus for only attacking multiple enemies, which is a shame. Okay, so we got 7 emeralds and what looks like Cthulhu. What are you telling me, game?
Hey, Tails! Do you see my coordinates? The temple is here. Can you get to it?
The valley is really narrow, but I think I can make it.
Alright, careful, buddy.
Okay, so now we're apparently just playing as Tails in the Hyper Tornado. The controls seem fairly, simple. Yeah, we have a speed up. Okay, so left trigger is weapons. I think for the time being I'm just going to go carefully for the time being. Okay, so machine gun on left trigger, rocket launcher. Okay, rocket launcher on Y button. Okay. So, probably hit that. Yes. Yes. Good. Okay, repair crates. That's good to know. Oh, that's a big boy. So that's what became of the Hornets, huh? Okay, so looks to be Y button just for rockets in general as opposed to swapping weapons, which... Not sure I like that machine gun sound effect. It's like going for the dub version of Sonic X where it's all pew pew sounds as opposed to actual machine gun da 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 sounds. Oh, there are red rings in this game. Okay, just in your own time, just fall down. There we go. I flew right over that. There we go. We got a red ring. I'm probably not going to get most of these. There we go. That doesn't seem too bad so far. I remember from oh, I remember seeing various other people play this game and having a fair bit of issue with the later tornado stages. So I just want to try taking this as carefully as I can. Okay, so there's an overheat mechanic. It looks like. Guess I'm just gonna have to go through here. Doesn't seem too bad so far.
Fly any further. There should be a way to open these gates.
Gee, I wonder. Okay, let's just go this way. Seems to run fairly well at the very least. It's
I think I'm on the right track.
I'm just sort of worried with some of these fan games that they're gonna end up running not all that great. This one seems to be running alright though. It's fairly smooth. Okay, so this way. Oh dear. Well, that worked at the very least. I was worried that I'd just end up getting absolutely pulverized in there. Alright, in we go again. I feel this is going to be a recurring thing. Just being stuck in these, stuck in these rotating barrels, just waiting to be let out. It's riveting. I almost crashed into the wall there. I'm probably going to crash into a bunch of walls by the time we're done with this. Ooh, shiny thing. Let's see what happens when I shoot it. Okay, it's a nice little switch. Good to know. And you should deposit me right back at the beginning, yeah. This way. We'll admit though, the tornado as right now isn't too bad to control. It's kind of weird having, you know, actual altitude on the D-pad, but for now at least it seems fine. Ooh, big scary gun buildings.
What if it was really meant to keep Sonic away?
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 jeez Louise, that thing just melts you. Alright, let's just take care of you first then. At least I know what I'm shooting at this time. Okay. Ow. Yeah, I feel that's going to be a bit of a problem. I feel as though it would be better off if the camera was zoomed back a little so you could actually see more of what you were looking at. Because right now visibility is lacking, I'll just say that much. I will admit, after coming back from Thai, seeing all these just crates floating around in this game, it's definitely weird. I know the steel container, the various crates you find in the world are sort of a hallmark ever since Adventure 2, but didn't change the fact that it's still weird. Oh. As it turns out, it gave me a checkpoint after I broke open that other gate. That's good. This means I can just move on and not have to worry. Okay, let's see what horrors I find in here.
Whoa! It's so windy!
Okay, so I'm now just fighting with the controls, it seems.
What are those creatures on the drawings?
Oh, there's a wolf. I wonder if they're going to be pivotal to the plot of the game. Oof. Jeez, that's... Are those doors going to be a recurring thing in the later plane sections? This is going to be just... Somehow I made it through that one, alright. Okay, so we got a bird. Go. Okay, so it seemed to be through the worst of it at the time being. Let's see, do rings actually recover my health? They do! Nice. I'm not entirely helpless here. Oh, it's starting to go red now. It's all getting all spooky in here.
Hey, I think I see a good landing spot.
This time, landing gear is all set.
Remember when Tails forgot to lower the landing gear in Adventure 1? Because this game remembers. It really is like Frontiers in that respect, but at least here, considering it's a fan work, I can respect it a little bit more. Because they do have that sort of fan attention to detail. Well, there's Eggman. Just sort of floating there.
Would you look at that? He's already here.
What a shame.
Oh yeah, the emeralds just reacting to each other like they do in X. Really feels like X just didn't understand how the Chaos Emeralds worked most of the time. But now we have this big snake to worry about.
What in the world?
It's a big snake. Okay, next plane level. I'm guessing this is a boss. Or not, this is basically just the
What is that thing chasing us?
Death Star escape.
Find out. Ah! I can't see anything through this sandstorm.
Yeah, this definitely reminds me of the end of Rogue Squadron 2. I just hope that there isn't as much threading the needle nonsense in that game as it is here. Whoop. I will admit this this whole area just sort of reminds me of Rayman 2. I'm pretty sure there was a level in there where it looked similar and you had like infinite helicopter hair and you could just fly throughout the level and not be allowed to touch the walls. Pretty sure that was a level. I remember there was a similar one in Rayman 3 for the GBA, which let's just say wasn't the most fun level.
Tails, go up!
Hold on to something!
This thing turns like a whale. Game, you direct... Okay, so we just had to wait for the big scary snake to go away. Okay, okay. Whoa, jeez. pillar jump scare. Yeah, this thing really just steers like a whale. I mean, it's fine when you're taking things slow, but in circumstances like this, it's... yeah, that happens. And no checkpoints, great.
What is that thing chasing us?
I don't want to find out. Ah! I can't see anything through this sandstorm.
Yeah, I definitely feel as though Tails' VA is definitely doing a good job here, selling the situation, but isn't this just Sonic's VA, which...
That was close.
like, even here it's just doing a Jason impersonation, which... needless to say, I would have definitely preferred if they just did their own thing with Sonic's voice. I mean, I know it's basically old Jason Griffith era stuff, you know, Sonic X, Sonic Unleashed, that sort of thing, but I feel as though it doesn't exactly fit.
Tails, go up!
Hold on to something!
Okay, he's gone. Like, you could just hang up there until he just goes away. I'm guessing that's how it's supposed to be done. Okay, I'm aware of the pillar jump scare this time. Just gotta take it nice and slow. It's unbelievable how sluggish this feels. I mean, it felt fine earlier, but here in these cramped situations, it's just... not good, not good. Definitely not a Rogue Squadron. Thought I doomed myself there. Okay, I see daylight. Now we get to fight the big snack for real.
Giving this snake energy. Let's try knocking it out of its head, okay?
Okay, so I think you have to hit it and then dodge roll. That seems to be the trick. Oh! He actually pops out a little bit to throw stuff at us and then go away. The dodge roll doesn't seem too bad though, I'll just say that much. Wow, this thing's health bar just goes down, like, really quick. Okay, so you can actually damage it when it's doing its, leap thing. I'd say this is actually some pretty decent boss design, in all honesty. Alright, where did you squirm off to this time? Where did you go? Somehow I dodged that. Yeah, I need health and fast. Or at the very least, this last hit has got to do the trick, surely. Well, there's some health. Where did you go? There we go. I was gonna say, where'd he go? And yeah, this is another example of the camera needing to be a little bit back. This needs to be zoomed out a little bit more, just so I can see what I'm doing. There we go, he's now... He kind of reminds me of those rock snakes from the Thunderbirds movie. Except less horrifying. It looks like candy.
Eggman is going for the next emerald.
I just love how he zips right there instantly. It's just more instances of Sonic speed being showcased in cutscenes and such. I like it. Oh, that's foreboding.
Thorndyke turned to ashes,
Thorndyke.
but this chaos, just the first omen.
Roll credits. Oh look, remember that from the first episode of Sonic X? And look, there's Big here as well. At the very least, I remember the moon is supposed to be destroyed, even though it's... I don't really like the egg moon thing, it just...
Stop him, Sonic! Fire!
I don't want to say it feels too powerful even for Eggman, how he just built a whole half of the moon.
Be careful, buddy.
But, I mean... It did sort of do the same to Little Planet, though.
Done behind us!
I guess I'm just thinking with how it, was showcased in X, where it was just like a few minutes. Well, I'm pretty sure with Little Planet it was at least a matter of days, maybe a matter of weeks.
Be attacking us and not Eggman.
Tails, watch out!
Oh no! One of the engines failed.
I will admit the whole Little Planet situation with regards to Eggman taking it over is a little bit nebulous.
Sonic?
Well, it could probably be explained with time travel antics.
I'll distract them so we have a shot at taking the emerald before Eggman. Cover me on top, buddy.
Good.
White Jungle. Even though I'm pretty sure this place is supposed to be nuked.
Tails, can you find where the emerald signal is coming
Like, look, remember these little hole things from... These little tube things from White Jungle? Remember Prison Island? Remember the fact that it's supposed to be nuked? I'm guessing... Okay, the level design really is just White Jungle. Like, why... Why are you doing this when White Jungle isn't supposed to exist anymore? It just was destroyed in a ball of fiery death when Eggman and Shadow blew up the island.
There's a huge tree west of here.
You know, this sort of thing is cool with Tails flying the tornado overhead. Just little details like that, which I feel... It's stuff that you take for granted in other games, but... In Sonic games, we're lucky to have this sort of stuff. Like, I feel the last time that happened in any Sonic game was like, the very start of Lost World, which... Even then, it didn't make the most sense, considering the tornado there was supposed to be damaged. This really is just White Jungle, isn't it? Oh, is it starting to differentiate a little bit? Is it starting to differentiate? No, no, no. It's the same old White Jungle layout. I'm all too... Oh, this is new. Obviously, there's lasers and camera issues. I do kind of like the lighting, though. It's another one of those basic things, but at the same time, it's something that most other games take for granted, but not as Sonic fans. We see lighting and we're like, wow, they actually lit this scene. I can only hope that Frontiers' success means that the games will get higher production value and be better overall, but yeah, we just had it rough for the longest time. Yeah, it's just like instead of the pulley vines that you fly around the whole place with, instead it's just grind rails. Well, they still had the pulley vines a little bit, somewhat. Whoa, that could have almost led to my death. I wonder, can I actually skip up here? No, I can't. Not tall enough. Mad because small. Okay, we should be coming up to the very end right now. At least of ordinary white jungle. Yep. That's just white jungle. I mean, I get it, it was one of the first levels to debut from this game, but... I guess it looks nice at the very least, even though that fire effect isn't exactly the best. It's just a bunch of PNGs layered on top of one another.
Eggman's robots are already inside the tree. But where's Eggman?
The emerald signal is coming from the top of the tree. I can't fly up there.
Okay, I've heard things about this level. It's basically a level in which you climb up to the top of the tree.
Water. Lovely.
At least this game sort of remembers that Sonic doesn't like water. Plus, Sonic can actually walk underwater without dying instantly, which... well, that's certainly an improvement. Okay, I think we're supposed to go up this ramp here. There we are, out of the water. Feels like we're missing something. Hold on. Oh, we found springs. Another one of these thorny springs. Okay. So find the switch and don't touch the vines. Good to know. Oh, this looks like a wind current. Is it a wind current? Sort of. Oh. Is this timed? Looks like it would be timed in most other games.
Here we go.
Let's just get out of the water real quick. There we go. Starting to make progress. What am I looking at? What am I doing? Guessing going back this way. Alright, this looks like a path. And oh look, it's the robots from Heroes. The flying pawns. Anyways. In all seriousness, it's you know, it's one thing to have a whole bunch of nostalgia baiting for classic games. I'm still of the opinion, especially as of late, that I'm sort of tired of the whole nostalgia pandering in general. So, you know, regardless of era, whether it's Heroes, whether it's Unleashed, whether it's Adventure. Ultimately, I just want to see something new from this series, if you know what I mean. It's like, we've seen a whole bunch of nostalgia pops, we've established that all these events happened back in Frontiers. I'm ready to see something new. You know, no more old stages in general, just give us something new, give us something fresh, give us something exciting, give us something to make new memories of. Wait, what are you... oh, there. I'm not sure whether or not it's timed. Guess we're just gonna have to ride the platforms and see what happens. Oh. Okay, I can just skip those platforms. That seems like it would have been a nightmare to navigate normally. Okay, we're up here. Still feel there should be a points bonus for chaining together enemies like this. It's one of those things that I like about Adventure 2 and Project 06, how you could just chain together abilities and techniques and defeating enemies and really rack up that score bonus. I don't want to say I want to see a Devil May Cry style system in the Sonic game, but it's something I feel would be pretty cool. And that level was less egregious than I was expecting, to be honest. I was worried that I'm just going to be spending hours just trying to get up to the top and falling back down. That wasn't too bad. Could have been a lot worse.
The ancient ruins are inside this tree? That reminds me of something.
That same Chaos Emerald sound effect from 06.
What's happening? Water is rushing in from everywhere.
Not sure how the Chaos Emeralds are linked to these whole Indiana Jones style traps, considering they teleport all over the place.
Get over here. The tree's
I'm not going to go into the whole, you know, the alien things, because they've been around for eons. I'm pretty sure that, you know, we have the Gaia temples, we've had plenty of ancient civilizations making use of these emeralds, like, you know, the Echidnas, the Black Arms, West Side Island, and the like. It's just weird that we have all these Indiana Jones style traps, even though they teleport around all over the place, historically. Like, sometimes they're banished to, like, the special zone, other times they're just out in the open. It's really, really weird. Also, I remember some people struggling with this waterfall chase scene. It doesn't seem too bad so far. Oh, that was it. My first S rank. Yeah, that was little fun little segments. Oh no, he got a little wet. I see their bodies, and I'm pretty sure his tail is clipping through the cockpit. Yeah, it is. It's clipping. It just looks like it's clipping through there.
The Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, it's doing that thing from... Oh, hey, it's Shadow. He's just here now. Hi, Shadow. How have you been?
Whoa, it's so bright.
Hide the emerald, Sonic!
Where? Where are you gonna put it? Where did you put it? Ugh.
The tails?
Oh no, he somehow got knocked out from that. How, I'm not entirely certain, but okay, they're dead now, I guess. Let me just do something real quick. That's not what I want. There we go, and now we're just Shadow. Remember Gun Fortress? This is sort of like that. Okay, destroy all the enemies in the area. Remember that? Remember that gimmick from Sonic Heroes, which... I'm just gonna be honest, I never liked that system. I mean, it worked in Heroes because you could dispatch of enemies really easily, but... in more recent games, it's just become a little bit more egregious. I'm sort of glad it's being phased out even a little bit. But it's a design choice that I never really liked and was the most egregious, obviously, in 06 and even Generations. Okay, Chaos Spear. Oh. Did I just... Yeah, I just jumped in the water and died. Okay. It's gonna be one of those games, is it? You'd think this place would have guardrails. Okay, just gonna stand here and shoot all the things. Not sure I like the Chaos Spear in this. It just feels like it has too much of a wind-up, too much of a delay to it. I mean, it's definitely cool that the Chaos Spear is here at all, even if it's just replacing the bounce bracelet. Okay. Nope, that was a mistake. I have no idea. Oh. So yeah, X button is just this aim feature, which I feel is sort of off-putting for a Sonic game, considering you have to stop completely in order to use it. I remember there was a little Easter egg somewhere in this this stage. I may end up missing it, which would be a shame, but I'd let's just say it's one I'd definitely like to get to if I can manage it. And look at this, I can double jump through homing attacks. Okay. Imagine doing that in like Frontiers. Also, yeah, I can just do this now. Teehee. Okay, so you can cycle through various abilities. We've got Blast, we've got Control, we've got Dash, and we've got Spear. Alright then, the what? That's... I pressed the wrong button. Note to self, do not do that again. Now, I want to just check to see what it does on the time. Oh, it actually does slow down the clock. That's cool. Also, I can just sort of stand on the ledges and ignore the mechanic entirely. That's neat.
Is this machine really telling me where to go?
I remember one of the biggest critiques with regards to the voice work being Shadow. Mostly with regards to the VA's accent being distracting. You gotta admit, this does at the very least look pretty cool. I'm not really doing much, I'm just pressing left, right trigger and holding forward, but things are certainly happening, and they're pretty cool. Okay, I think the Easter egg is not too far up ahead. This is pretty cool, though. I like the aesthetic of this place. Like, I feel this would even be a more appropriate, like, design layout for cyberspace, rather than just, you know... Oh. This big boy has a blast radius to it. Pretty cool. Okay, I think the Easter egg was somewhere in this room. Might be wrong. Let's have a little mooch around. Why don't we? Okay, we actually got the shields back. Not sure what sense that made, but it's it was cool nonetheless. I can kind of see why all the various Sonic tubers use this as just background footage for their games. It's definitely cool to look at. I'll just say that much. Why did I do that? I just doomed myself. No idea how I managed to survive that, but I did. Okay. I think we're coming up to the end shortly now. Okay, so now we're learning how to use the Chaos Dash, which I'm guessing means we're going up there. Or more specifically, there we go. Just, oh, you don't even need to do the dash, you can just do this. I feel the dash will probably get more better applications as we go on, but as is, it's just, it's like you could just jump just fine, and, okay. It is nice at the very least they're at least acknowledging that Shadow was supposed to be working for Gun. It's like they're so scared of, saying the G word in more recent entries.
The balance of chaos is upset.
Sonic doesn't cope with Emerald's protection. Although he dared to say the opposite.
I'm willing to bet these are just,
that he can test our patience.
like source filmmaker models, and they just have them in shadow so it's more difficult to tell.
To us.
We'll take care of the rest.
Do not fail me, Shadow.
Oh. We got a dubious new little bad guy here. Here we go with another one of the sort of highlights levels that they put out. Oh hey, it's the bike. Remember the bike from 06? I do like those little details there, like the robots just sinking into the It's like we want Sonic games to have this level of production value. That's the main thing. Say what you want about the production and the company behind the production company behind this, the developers, but at least visually, the stuff is cool. And oh look, it even has the Shadow logo, the tribal tattoo on the bike. Even though I'm pretty sure he would have moved past that as a
Said hi.
memoir of the Black Arms.
Well, you're on the right track.
Is there any information on the incident that happened there?
Uh-huh. I found out that the outbreak was from 2 Chaos Emeralds. Apparently, the stones were out of contact for way too long and started causing havoc. Shadow, are you listening to me?
Yes, Rouge. Continue tracking my signal. I'm on my way.
Oh, that's I do like that. Okay, moldy jungle. It's like white jungle, except it's about as moldly as surely Green Hill should be by now. I mean, it's all covered in sand at this point. It's like
He's been here.
we've seen it so many times. It's been around for so long that it's gone off entirely in the minds of fans and
Nice.
surely general audiences alike. Okay, I think we got. Okay, this is not. That was the wrong way. It looked like something I could run down, but apparently it wasn't. Good to know. Me and my rabbity brain.
Where did this damn fall?
Oh, Shadow actually swears. It's been a while since that happened. Okay, I can make. Yes, I can make it. I made it. I did it. Suppose this is a ample time for me to talk a little bit about the boost. Okay, so just apart from roll the shoulder buttons. Okay, that's good enough. Anyways, the boost. I get the appeal of it, especially back in the day, but honestly, I just prefer the spin dash. Which brings me on to Frontiers, because of course the spin dash was recently introduced into Frontiers, and honestly I'm not a big fan of how it works in all honesty. I know that's sort of oh, come off it, Stent. You want the spin dash, when you finally get the spin dash you don't like it. So ungrateful, but the main issue with the spin dash in Frontiers is that it's just I get that it's sort of supposed to be like a hybrid of all the spin dashes we've had in the past, like... Okay, that's a problem with the homing attack. Anyways, yeah. It's an amalgamation of the spin dashes in the past, of how it's basically the boost from Lost World, how it sort of has momentum, how you charge it up, sort of like in the adventure games. It's an amalgamation. And honestly, I would be okay with that, but I really didn't like how the spin dash was treated in Lost World, where it was basically just the boost again. I get that the boost definitely has its appeal, as seen with projects like this, with how a lot of the skill and how rewarding it is, mostly how you're able to ride the lightning, as it were. But generally I just find the spin dash to be more fun in the moment-to-moment gameplay, and obviously a lot healthier when it comes to making levels, because the amount of ground you have to cover while using the boost is insane. And as such, a lot of levels just seem to pass by despite all the development time that went into them. It is a little bit tragic in a way when you think about it. Where am I going? Okay, I think we're going this way. Yeah, we're going this way. Nice. But yeah. Generally in the moment-to-moment gameplay feel, I definitely prefer the spin dash of old, like, you know, the classic spin dash from the 2D days, and the spin dash from the adventure games. I'm sure you've heard it said many times already, just being able to use it to launch yourself on things, I find it's a lot of fun. I mean, you can technically do that with a boost, but I always found it a bit less rewarding.
These columns look like they can be raised somehow.
Okay, I'm guessing columns being raised has something to do with over here. Oh, never mind, red ring. Not entirely certain what the reward bonus for getting all the red rings are. I'm guessing maybe some sort of super form as a reward. I don't know. This whole place is giving me like Lost Jungle vibes from Heroes, which I'm guessing with the addition of the flying egg pawns was supposed to be the point. Did I... Okay, I don't think I was supposed to... Yeah, I wasn't supposed to go there. Good to know. Okay, switch done. Guessing we... I like how these dash rings are actually in the branches. That's I like it when levels do stuff like that. It's fun. It's cool. I like it. Generally, I'd like to see you know, more Sonic games where the level design, I suppose, is more congruent to the gameplay. Like, basically less dash panels and springs, and more sort of stuff unique to the levels. Like, this level has the bouncy mushrooms you go over, and that's... You know, it's not much, but it's just a fun little thing in place of springs. Just, you know, even stuff as simple as set dressing is... I feel could go wonders for giving levels a bunch of personality. I mean, I get you can't exactly get rid of stuff like the checkpoints and the springs, because they've been in the series for so long and you can't just get rid of them now, but... I feel you could at the very least put a little spin on them. Oh, I can just do this, can't I? Generally, I like stuff which gives the levels a bit more personality rather than just, oh, it's Green Hill again. Oh, it's Chemical Plant again, except without any of the level gimmicks, so it's not as interesting. Well, that was a pretty fun level. With the gimmicks and such, I was expecting it to be less fun, but here we are. I liked it. Good time.
This vision again.
Shadow, I thought you got over this.
Rouge, I don't feel the presence of an emerald inside this temple. Doctor has beaten us to it.
He looks like he's drunk. Oh no, Shadow's basically powerless now. Well, it seems about time for a boss. Looking like something you'd see out of a Nickelodeon show. Or just something on a Cartoon Network.
Why am I not surprised?
Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Okay, bounce on the thing to hit him in the thing. Okay, so he has a ginormous health bar. That's good to know. And funny spinny arms. I just wanted to get a ring game.
Another monster hungry for a chaos emerald. Why am I not surprised?
Anyways, yeah, this is a little problem I noticed a little early on. It's a similar problem to what goes on in Frontiers. You only are able to homing attack things which you can actually see, which sounds like something that makes sense, but you really notice it once you're trying to homing attack back onto a platform and you miss. Okay, so there's also air bubbles I have to watch out for. Air bubble, please. Don't labyrinth zone me. You labyrinth zoned me.
Another monster hungry for a chaos emerald. Why am I
This might even be a fair fight. Okay, so we also throw stuff at you. Good to know. I'm guessing one of the strategies here is to, I guess, chaos control. Okay, so you can just chaos blast to deal a bunch of damage to him. Good. Alright, let me just fill up on oxygen. Okay, so his roar just throws me back as well. Good to know. And he just throws a bunch of gunk at me. This boss feels less good than the Egg Dragoon one. I guess at the very least he has some sort of revenge value, so you can't just wail on him throughout the fight. Like you could with the Egg Hornet. Okay, let me just grab that. We're good. We're not good. Stop throwing that... Yeah, I think this is going to take a little bit. Hopefully I won't have to end the stream right after this, due to how long it takes. Yeah, that definitely feels a little cheap, in all honesty. It's the sort of thing where, like, oh, it's good once you get the pattern down, and getting the pattern down is an absolute nightmare. Look at that, I go to hit him and I take damage. And then I just get flung all the way across the thing.
Another monster hungry for a chaos emerald. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, from what I've heard, the bosses are the weakest aspect of this game. Which, I mean, giving props to Frontiers, at least you got the boss fights right. Let me just, can I get a ring, please? Can I get a ring in this trying time? Not entirely certain how you're supposed to dodge that attack. We're just gonna wait here, okay, there's, some oxygen. Who cares if you have revenge values? I have an incredibly powerful homing attack. And there you are again with that move. It's like, if he didn't have that move in his arsenal, I wouldn't have as much of a problem with this. That attack alone just makes this more of a pain than it should be. I'm not entirely certain how the air bubbles are supposed to work in here, but... I suppose it's an interesting way to do water mechanics without actually doing water. Okay, I think we're halfway through at this point.
The water's rising. I need to get out of here fast.
Okay, how? Oh, and it's actually like a little level within a boss. That's kind of neat, I suppose. I mean, it doesn't help that the boss isn't good. I'm guessing it's made so you can fight this as Sonic or Shadow. Given they have the little chip grappling hooks there. Okay. There he is in all his Nickelodeon-esque glory. Okay, he has the clap. He's doing the clap. Please tell me you don't have any more abilities aside from that. Okay. So, he has that. He has Hold Still You Devil from Shadow. Which feels like a really annoying to avoid. Can I please get a ring? Thank you. Okay, we got some rings here at the very... And again with that attack, you're annoying me. Yes, please keep doing the clap so I can get this over with quickly. Yep, just keep doing the clap. One more hit. Oh. Well, at the very least I get a checkpoint, so it's not as bad. I was gonna give you... I was gonna get on the game's case if it turns out we didn't have checkpoints, but we do have checkpoints, so... You've saved yourself this round, Sonic Omens. Okay, so this brings back here, good. I feel there's definitely a more effective way of doing this rather than just spamming homing attacks. I mean, there's chaos energy anywhere, and I've not had to use it for the most part. Okay, there we go. Could have been a lot worse than it ended up being. I'll just say that much. It was interesting, but I don't really look forward to fighting that thing again. Oh, he's doing the inhibitor rings. He's about to say the bad words. I'm pretty sure Knuckles is going to have a lot of words for you for wrecking the place like this. Most of them beginning with F.
I have no idea what that creature is.
Strange things are happening here.
Yeah, I definitely think Tails is the best of VA so far. Rouge.
Doctor.
Not the worst, not the best. Just sort of there. What I've seen. Oh no. The Exiled. I think we'll do one more chapter and then we'll wrap it up. Like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me. Oh, not sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What was that?
Eggman voice, not exactly my best strong suit.
Had a reaction from the Emerald. It was something else, eh? Tails! Come on. Wake up, buddy. This is no time to nap.
Still putting your friends in danger because you can't do it alone.
What are you doing here?
Working. This time the doctor's bitten off more than he can chew. He's even managed to get on Gun's bad side.
So, that's what's been going on. But Gun's bots are too rusted to tell us and Eggman apart.
They think even you're being a pest. Oh, the situation has changed, Sonic. The disappearance of the Chaos Emeralds has awakened something. And it longs for destruction. I can't get distracted from my mission.
Leave Eggman to me. I still owe him a butt kicking for what happened on the island.
Remind me, wasn't it Gun and your friend that stopped Eggman when you could not?
When you could not.
And that's apparently enough for Sonic and Shadow to come to blows.
Because you knocked me off the island.
Well,
Maybe you should stop getting in my way.
The way I see it, you're the one in my way.
Thanks to you, Eggman.
Thanks to you, Eggman's getting away.
That was a warning shot. Now's your chance, Sonic.
See, I like this. Tails actually has gusto. He's not afraid to actually just shoot Shadow.
I gotta catch up.
What is the situation?
Okay, so playing as Shadow a little bit more. And wow, that's definitely a thumbnail and a half. Finally getting out of this jungle into more industrial parts. I've seen this a lot in various Sonic 2 videos as well as a just background gameplay, so let's assume that this is usually one of the better levels, except when I play it. You just get to see Shadow ragdoll on the floor there. Okay, I'm gonna do the switch to the dash. I think we're gonna need it a little bit more in this level. Okay, you just use it as a little extra boost. So it does have its uses in just making incredibly long jumps. Yeah, I'd definitely say when the game is just being itself, being, you know, a Sonic game where you're playing as Sonic or Shadow, I'd say it's pretty decent. Not my ideal vision of Sonic, but what it does, I'd say it does it pretty decently. At least from what I've been experiencing so far. It could change a lot for the better or for the worse as time goes on. Definitely a lot of cool little set pieces here. It's like the sort of thing you'd expect from a big budget Sonic game. Which of course brings me on to the... oh, I was supposed to use Chaos Control for that, wasn't I? Anyways, yeah, the controversial funding situation of this. I get why people are upset about it, and it sets a bad precedent for other fan products in the future. In other words, the sky is blue. It's like, yeah, it's not much more that needs to be said. It's definitely a situation that shouldn't have happened, and it's the sort of thing that really sets a bad precedent for other fan works in the future, which is a shame, because I feel a lot of these fan works are where a lot of good ideas come to flourish. Okay, I was probably supposed to use Chaos Control there, but I ran out. Goody. Goody, goody gumdrops. I'm definitely going to enjoy this level. That's for sure. Okay. Okay, so that's the way you do it. Okay, thanks, game. Just, that's another thing. I've, probably already said this before with regards to my 06 playthrough, but I definitely feel that, sort of fast-moving projectiles on enemies isn't exactly the best thing. I feel it works better with stuff like, the mechs a little bit, sort of to incentivize you to hit them before they hit you, but actually, what am I saying? One of the key things is that Sonic is supposed to be so fast that he can dodge projectiles, and I feel being able to dodge projectiles would be a lot more cathartic, I suppose, when it came to facing enemies. I do like this level setting though. It has a lot of fun little things, like these little half pipes here. These are just fun. Where you can actually see what's coming. Alright, guess no more fun half pipes for me, just gonna go over all these. I think this is where the dash actually comes into play. What does it say there? Marauders was here. Who are the Marauders? Is it some sort of in-joke that I'm not familiar with? Whoa. There's even like a little bit of delay on the Chaos Control. It's wild. Ran out of boost. think we're nearing the end now, at the very least. Oh, I like that about Shadow's little quick step. The fact that it's actually like a warp. Even though it seems to have considerably less range. Like, what is this range right here? I wasn't supposed to go on that. Today I learned. I will admit though it may just look like I'm sucking, and I am. I do at least appreciate the challenge. It's sort of the sort of stuff that makes you think, which is more than I can say for Forces. So that whole game, you have like levels which you can just defeat with one hand. You try beating any level in this game with one hand, you're gonna die instantly. Okay, just gotta jump over the mashy spike things. And go this way and not into... yeah, the flames. Like I said, I generally quite like when Sonic levels have elements of their sort of natural geography to draw upon for level design. It's generally just the sort of thing that I find quite cool, to be honest, and quite clever, taking advantage of level elements. Oh. Okay. So, note to self, do not hit the red capsules. They are death. I do quite like the bringing back the capsules though. I definitely feel it's something that they should have brought back. Like, you know, the power-ups like shields, speed, shoes. That's another thing. The fact that you have the boost, which just allows you to get to top speed instantly, basically means you have no real reason to feature the speed shoes, which is a shame, because that's like fun and cool power-up you can use. Let me just get all of you out of the way. Okay, so I still have a little bit of blast left in me. I just like how they're just falling into the abyss. That's funny. That's not so funny, just getting instantly melted like that. I feel the Lancers are definitely a better Sonic enemy, considering their you can actually dodge their attacks. I feel the hitboxes on these guys is a lot more fair compared to Heroes, where it's just like you hit them on the wrong side and they just kill you instantly. Okay, in your own time, fellas. Okay, not that close. Okay, just gotta remember how they just bounce you up in the air like that. Gotta admit, this is a challenging little section, how the floor just gives way underneath you. I suppose there's a little bit of a challenge though, just getting to the other side using the egg pawns as your pseudo footholds. Okay, this should only be last one. I can probably just do that. Yep, that was the last one, and we're finally starting to get out of the industrial area and into some hills. Oh, there's a red ring here, and Torn Duck. I feel that's supposed to be an Easter egg. Okay, here we go. This is why we need the dash. Just need to aim it properly and whoop. Aim it properly and whoop. Just feels like these areas were designed solely to justify the dash. It's just like a fun little extra, like they needed something else to go alongside control, spear, and blast, but so far the dash hasn't really impressed me.
Just like that.
Well, finally we made it onto the train. Now the real fun can begin. As we break down doors never following. I'm probably gonna get an F rank for this stage, I'm just thinking. Oh, hey, Sonic's here. Let's get after him. It's all broken, Sonic. Green Hill is gone. If only. Okay. Now we're starting to get up to the big section. Move out of the way of obstacles and slide in between them. Or don't, that's your prerogative. I'm guessing Chaos Control is sort of the meta pick here. Like, yeah, look at this. And look at all the chaos just going on around me. This stuff is bonkers. And I definitely need to get some more rings. There we go. Oh, look at these little egg hornets. There we go, we've reached the end, it seems. And there he is, there's our blue boy. And a big bird. Yeah, that took 12 minutes. A C? A C for 12 minutes. Okay. Okay, sure game. Whatever you say. Oh. I thought I got over you.
Whoa! Okay, Egghead. Now you've gone too far.
Compared to, like, forces and splitting the planet into 7 pieces twice?
But this time feels hastily planned. He must be desperate. But why?
That accent.
Rouge, the doctor is leaving the station. I need...
I will admit this game definitely has some cool imagery.
Retreat. Gun will handle the situation from here.
Affirmative.
I feel at least Shadow could be a little bit chewed up about this. That little shot there of the Sonic on the screen just reminded me a lot of the movie. Oh, and Eggman has a bunch of Chaos Emeralds on him. Metal Ember. It's a fun little running boss. This should be, interesting. Great, a whole bunch of projectiles which are difficult to avoid. Great. I like how Sonic seems quite easy to steer at high speeds. It's like... Oh, nice, just casually showcasing your weak points. I mean, I know you were blatant about this sort of stuff, Eggman, but that feels a little bit too blatant. See if, at least it's at least challenge Sonic, like see if you can make it through here, as opposed to just showing me your weak spot just right out of the back. Oh. No, I'm just out of boost, give me a second. Okay, I'm good. See, that's another thing about the boost, how you just run out of it and are basically helpless. Like, if I had the spin dasher, I could just use it constantly. Are you gonna do it again? Okay, so you go up to jump. I'll admit this boss doesn't seem so bad. Never mind. That's that homing missile is quite the pain.
We both know how this will end, right, Robotnik?
You actually called him Robotnik. What's going on? Is this like Sonic X canon? Is it game canon? Is it Archie canon? What the heck is going on? Also, yeah, those homing missiles. Not the most fun.
Let's keep this going. Not so invincible anymore. Hi, Egghead.
Aw, man.
Sonic speed.
Increase coolant injection rates.
If you quit now, we could save a lot of time and broken robots.
Okay, so you gotta lean into the quick steps, it seems. There's even red rings here. Wow. I really need to get some more boost. There we go. Oh, that's gonna get annoying real quick. Okay, so they just track you. That seems manageable. That was too close. Yeah, it definitely feels like you want to save the boost for these sections.
Can't stop now.
Oh, level's actually starting to get interesting now. This is cool.
Feeling good.
This feels like I'm taking so much stuff for granted. It does feel kind of sad, really. It's just like seeing stuff like, wow, level design in the boss fights. This sort of stuff you take for granted in any other video game. I'm just like, wow. Imagine this in a Sonic game. Are you gonna do it a third time? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's real nice. I was ready for that one. Okay, so it does do it 3 times. Ready for you this time. And he's gone. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there, just like you posed him in Gmod. And somehow I got an A rank for that. Oh.
Professor Eyeball Robotnik, you are under arrest for violation of Section 618B of the Mutual Protection Act. Anything you say can and will be used.
Wow, this is a stark change. Eggman actually getting arrested.
Hey, the emeralds! You can't take them!
According to Section 600 of the Mutual Protection Act, you, Sonic, are also in violation.
What?
What?
The agreement states that you oversee the protection of the Chaos Emeralds, does it not? Since you have failed to uphold your end of the contract,
Should have read the fine print, I guess.
patients are now responsible for the Chaos Emeralds.
If it wasn't for me, Eggman would have escaped with the emeralds.
You're lucky that we don't take you in as well, Hedgehog.
Seems weird that Sonic is getting this sort of chewing out from a gun beetle. Oh, and here's our main villain. This guy.
What the? Who are
Doesn't he look familiar, Sonic?
You may call me exiled. What an honor to finally meet you. Controller of the light.
Remember when Sonic went by that title?
Here. God's been very useful to me. But everything must come to an end.
Oh, and look at those guys in the background. I wonder what they are. Don't they look familiar too?
Wait. Stop.
You just see. How did Sonic not notice Shadow about to shank him in the back? Well, that seems like a pretty good cliffhanger to end this whole thing on. I know I said that I decide to stop when you know, I'm just gonna close it right here just for this. Give me a second. Yeah. I'm gonna save it for now. It was probably a mistake to stop there, but I feel that was a pretty good cliffhanger. Anyways, I'll we'll pick up next time, seeing where exactly we can go from here. But until then, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.